Hello everybody. As some of you know, I have been looking for property for the past year or so. I still 100% intend to live a travel lifestyle, but I want my own LTVA, so to speak, for if and when I ever want it. I also wanted an investment to hedge against what I predict to be inevitable inflation coming. Riot and I found 5 acres that ticks all our boxes, and after extensive vetting with the assessor's office, mapping and engineering department, zoning and planning department, health department, and the recorder's office, we just have a little more due diligence to do before putting up the cash. The first is to go visit the property. Now, because I was fairly convinced without even seeing it that this would work, I did put a deposit on the property and also got an option to purchase agreement with the seller to make sure that they wouldn't sell it until a certain date, which gave me time to go see it. During the time that I was able to visit, I did take the liberty to camp on it a few nights because I already put a deposit down, so I figured it was kind of like an expensive camping fee. And while I was there, I was able to get a good feel for the area. There's really not a lot of neighbors to be had, but I kind of got to see what activity, if any, happened over the weekend. And I got to be able to find the old survey markers. The last survey was in 2011, so I am going to have someone come out to verify that it's still accurate. But according to the county GIS mapping, it looks like it should still be pretty accurate, and I found 3 out of 4 survey markers. If this isn't Leave Me Alone Club property, I don't know what is. To get here is a very precarious 1-lane dirt road that is very washed out and kind of feels like you're driving sideways for a lot of it. And that's for 6 miles, so that's slightly concerning. I'm not looking to live here, at least not now. I'm looking to potentially camp here, use it maybe as a landing spot, use it as an address, use it mostly as an investment holding because land is a good hedge against inflation. So Riot likes it. So the only real concerns I have with it is obviously it would cost a bunch of money to have an excavator come in and build me a driveway and clear a place and level it out to if I ever wanted to put something on it. I am a little concerned about the drive-in being really, really rough and prone to washout, but there's at least a dozen other homesteads way out there, some way farther out there than it takes me to get here. So, maybe I'm just being a wuss about it. I don't know, but you do feel kind of sideways coming down some of the road. And obviously a bad rain, it could wash out. There is groundwater. You can dig a well. It's between 2 small towns, but you're looking at 40 minutes to get into a town, 40 minutes to an hour. But really, it's just an investment. I don't plan to stop traveling. It's shit hits the fan type property. So it definitely no one would come find me here if needed. I don't know why that would be needed. Maybe, I don't think that this would be an area prone to nuclear attack. And maybe in 10 years when I've accumulated finances enough to build something on it, who knows, the road might be better in 10 years. I'm probably going to end up buying it. It's very nerve-wracking though. I've done all my due diligence. I've talked to every single department. I even know what it would take and who to call to get septic in here. So there shouldn't be anything that surprises me. So I do want someone to come survey it and make sure that what I think is my property is my property. But I like that the building code is super, super loose to the point where you can have a cob house, you can have a tiny home, you can do everything you want off grid here. There are permits required and stuff, but you can camp on your property for extended periods. So, I can suit up the trailer and the truck. There's a lot of farms around here though, so it means that the soil is okay to plant on. I mean, there's only positives. Plus, like I said, it's a parking place for cash that you don't need access to. And I trust land more than I trust the stock market. So I think I'm going to do it. All right, this film is going to be edited like a clusterfuck and a half. That's something I didn't mention. The annual property taxes range between $17 and $21. So it's also not like a burden for me to just hold it and pay the property tax each year. But my good friend Robert obviously was kind enough to travel all this way to the middle of nowhere and run the precarious 6 miles of single lane dirt road.
Twice, 3 times now.
Yeah, 3 times. So I appreciate that. And Robert, I'm going to hand you this microphone so that you can give your unfiltered analysis of this property.
Okay. Should I stand up for this?
It doesn't matter. You're in frame, I think.
Okay.
What do you think?
What do I think about the property?
Yeah.
It's actually really, really nice. When you first roll up on it, you're not sure. You passed a few places, and it just seems like, your typical desert scenery with low-growing trees and sagebrush and stuff. But when you spend some time out here, the air really smells phenomenal. It's so clean because there's nothing around here. And you start getting the sense from the juniper trees, and we got full sun here. It's, it was 21 degrees this morning, and it's a beautiful afternoon out here. I don't know what the temperature is, but it feels like it's like 65 degrees. It's just really nice, and this property has such a nice view. We can basically see almost 360 degrees in all directions, so we're on kind of a high point, which makes it even nicer. And that's pretty much it. I like it here.
No one's driven by.
No one's driven by. I haven't heard anything. Well, we heard the generator from the farm, maybe.
Where that's coming from.
Maybe from the farm down the road. But really haven't seen any. I mean, we can see spotted buildings here and there, and other people camping RVs off in the distance. We were sitting up on the roof deck, checking out the scenery earlier, and it's just really quiet and peaceful. Coyotes close by. Still waiting to see deer, but we're seeing tracks of all sorts of animals around here. So maybe we'll see a wolf. Because you saw wolf tracks, right? So, and they look like it. I saw them too.
Yeah, they're definitely too big to be coyote.
Really long nails. So, black bear.
There's also bobcat out here.
Oh, maybe that was what that was. It could be.
It could have been a bobcat. I don't know.
Yeah. That would be cool. I love those. I love all sorts of animals.
Yeah, let's just make sure our animals are put away.
That's why the door has been closed, is because the coyotes were just over the hill there, maybe less than a quarter mile away when I heard them. So, Kitty goes inside.
Yeah, so
I hear those.
I think it's a good deal.
Oh, yeah.
That road coming in is my only real concern.
Yeah, you just can't come or go if it's raining, because that road is not going to
Well, sometimes I'm a little afraid, like it felt like I could tip over. It was so sideways.
Yeah, there's a couple times. There's 2 or 3 turns on that thing where you get up there, especially coming down this side. And as you can see, my mirror has been pushed in again yet today from banging into a tree, because it's a little tight in some spots, but It's all right. I mean, that's part of the reason why nobody's up here. And when you go past this road down here and go farther to the next property over, the road just basically disappears. So you're like at the end of a dead end street.
Yeah.
And that's a good sign because that means no one's really going to come up this way
Yeah.
and give you all the privacy you
But
need.
people are traveling the road. I mean, we saw cars.
Yeah. But I haven't seen...
Not this way. But...
Yeah, but down below. I mean, I went out twice this morning because I had to do some work and I had to get to the internet. The internet signal here is not super strong, but it's doable. And I saw a couple cars on the road. Had to pull over and let them pass because it's only a one-lane road.
Yeah.
So, but
there's pullovers.
There are places to pull over, and of course you can drive right out into the desert. Sand's a little soft, but haven't gotten stuck yet, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, all right. Well, I just thought I would, one, thank you for coming with, and two, get your perspective, a second opinion.
Yeah. Well, I think this is a great investment, and I think the area is going to improve. So there are signs of progress out here in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, there's developments. So it could be one of those things where it's a good investment and it sells for bigger. Or it could be where I just hold it and sell it for the same as, or I never sell it and I die with it.
Yeah, but it's nothing wrong with this property. It's a really nice property.
Thanks, Robert.
You're welcome.
Cool. So there you have it, folks. It's not just my wacky opinion.
It's my wacky opinion, too.
I got a man's opinion because I'm just a girl.
Oh, please.
I know.
You're almost man.
I know I'm almost a man. I'm one dick shy of being a guy. Oh, there's a bird. So, there you have it. All in all, I really like it. So, I'm going to sleep on it one more night, and then maybe by the next video I have an answer. But what do you guys think? Do you think this is a good investment property? I think so, especially because I have cash to pay for it. It's very, very cheap, as you could probably imagine. So, let me know what you think in the comments below. Would you buy this property? All right, well, if you got anything out of this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. If you're interested in what in the world might come next, then go ahead and subscribe. And we sure appreciate you watching. Well, I guess these are our neighbors. You gotta move. Move. Hey, neighbor. Stay here, Rat. Hey, neighbor. You gotta move. Thank you. Now we know who's shitting on our property. Hello. You gotta move too. Hey, girl. Hi, baby. All right. We got some neighbors.